Good afternoon, Google Cloud community, and welcome back to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. We're here midway through day one of our 3 days of coverage at the fabulous Google Cloud Next show. My name is Savannah Peterson, here with Dave Vellante. Next convo, we're going to be talking about leveraging AI effectively. I bet there's a few people curious about that right now.
Yeah, we're here in Consultant Corner with the,
I know we're
the world power.
We really are.
Yeah.
We're getting a full lay of the land today. Without further ado, DG and Sri, thank you so much for coming to hang out with us today, gentlemen. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you for
busy.
having us.
Very busy day. Sri, you help a lot of people on the journey of figuring out how to plan for the future, how to build for the future.
Yeah.
I can imagine you get the question, how do I leverage AI effectively? Probably 25 times a day.
Yeah.
What are you telling people? How are you guiding them?
See, I think first of all, while there's a lot of excitement on AI, everyone wants to do AI as well, right? First, I ask them to calm down. I tell them, hey, take it very simple and take it in 3 steps, right? Do you want to transform your business, which I call it as change the game, right? Do you want to operate better, right? Or do you want to deliver better, right? I ask them these 3 pointed questions that kind of brings a focus in terms of where do I want to use AI, right? And once this clarity is there, then I go further in terms of how I can use Google to either change the game or operate better or deliver better. That is sort of I try to simplify things for AI.
Keep calm and simplify on.
Yeah,
is essentially what I'm hearing from you. We were just in London at a gig, and you're definitely.
But it's not easy. You can just say it, but it's not very easy to simplify it. Yeah.
So I love that you have your mantras. They're very clearly outlined, like you just mentioned. What does it mean? Well, let's break those down a little bit. What does it mean to deliver better right now?
So deliver better is you run your IT shop, right? How do you apply? We saw a lot of in the keynote this morning as well. How do you automate the delivery of your IT solutions with Google? So how do you automate code generation, backup code generation? How do you simplify your support tasks with AI? That is what I mean by deliver AI. For example, we have this big retail client in Germany. I was in Germany last week, by the way, right? So I was in Germany last week, and we are doing a lot of work with them. They said that they take forever. They take about 35 people to deliver something, and then a ticket on an average takes about 2 days to resolve, right? And the team works on the same ticket and again. So what we have done in Google is we cut down the time taken to resolve tickets, the time taken to find the root cause of the tickets, and the number of people that you need actually to do this work is coming down. Now I want to be very careful here. The people whom we are bringing down, they can do something else better, right? That is how I use them, and the client is super happy as well. And thanks to Google, we're able to do it from a deliver better standpoint. The results are amazing from what we've done here.
So DG, your role is the Google partnership predominantly.
That's
right. So when did it start? How has it evolved? What are you hoping to see in the future in the partnership?
It's a pretty long partnership. It's been close to a decade now, and we've been, by the way, yesterday we got the Global Breakthrough Partner of the Year award for Google Cloud.
Congratulations.
So we
That's
are
exciting.
the top GSI partners globally, and we have a 360-degree partnership with Google Cloud. We are a full stack player across infrastructure, data, agents and applications, Google Workspace, security, you name it, right? So we are a full stack player. We are also one of the 7 global SIs that got named in the agentic AI development and go-to-market, joint go-to-market with Google. So that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
That's a huge accomplishment.
That's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, and thank you for our trust and partnership that Google Cloud has on us. And also, if you look at the customers' belief in us, right? And they push us every day to deliver more, what Sriram was talking about, right? And to our team, actually they are the breakthrough. They are making it happen with their grit and determination. So
thank you for that. Sri, I want to come back to what you were talking about, transform, operate, or deliver. Back in the 90s, I'm going to date myself, back when I was your age, Savannah.
I'll take that. That feels very generous right now. That's even being a little extra generous, Dave. Thank you.
That's how I am. But there was a book called Discipline of Market Leaders. Tracy was the author.
Yep.
And it was you had to choose between product leadership, operational excellence, or customer intimacy. And the premise of the book was, you can only pick, you're laughing, DG, you can only pick two. You can't do all three. Your rubric, Sri, was pick one, start there. But when I look at companies like Google and Amazon and even Microsoft, and I say, wow, they could do all three. So when you said you want to start with one, right? That's what your priority is. Let's say it's operational excellence. Can I achieve those others? Are they subsumed into that? How does that all play out?
It's a very interesting question, right? Because we keep hearing this question all the time with clients as well. So it depends on the persona. It depends on the person to whom you're talking about, right? We talk to corporate executive teams, we talk to lines of businesses, and we talk to IT, right? If I talk to the business, I talk about change the game with Google. If I talk to lines of businesses, I talk about operate better. If I talk to IT, I talk about deliver better. So it depends on who you are, right? Assume that you are the CEO of a big company, right? So when I come to you, I don't say that I want to improve your operational efficiency. If you're a COO, I'll do that, right? If you're a CIO, I'll do deliver better. I'll talk about change the game. If you're a CFO or a CEO. For example, I met a CFO of a leading bank 2 weeks back, right? The way that we had a change the game conversation was that, how can I use Google and Gemini to have better quarterly results forecasting, so that they can get a view of how was their prior earnings call, and whether the earnings call could have been done better, or was their earnings compared to other earnings as well. Yeah. So that's a conversation that resonates well with CFO.
So I remember that book, the premise of that book was disputed years later, and maybe by consultants like yourself, but basically said, no, you have to achieve all three, and it's the role, the persona, that allows you to do that.
There's something called HFS, right? Horses for courses. So I would say I'll go with that approach, and depending on who you are, I'll take one of these three and talk to them. And the great thing is Google applies to all these personas in a terrific manner, depending on what you want to use Google for. So you have the Google has the entire canvas. You just have to pick and choose from the canvas based on the persona.
You've certainly got the right map laid out for it. Never more important than ever. DG, you brought up the most mission critical part of everything that's happening around us right now, which is the people. And excuse me, I'm curious how you're getting to be on these front lines, roll these out, and truly, step changes and proper full business transformations. What is the reception when you start to bring in these new technological deployments into these organizations with the people on the ground doing the work? DG, I'll start with you, but I do want to hear what you have to say, Sri.
Yeah, I think I would really thank Google Cloud for their entire training and enablement and certification programs. They really help partners and GSIs like us to be in the field, working with them closely when there's a new product launch, to be able to enable us to deliver the POCs, right from the POCs to the actual implementation. So there's a lot of these enablements, there's certifications, there are incentives, ramp programs, market development funds, deal acceleration funds, all of those go into enabling the teams at the front line. So
I sort of want to give a different view from what DG said, right?
Please.
So whenever we say we want to do this with AI, the question that comes is it really AI or is it just automation you're talking about? And what is the real intelligence that you're bringing into, right? So it's very important for us to, rather than paying a lip service on whether it's AI or not, really talk about what is really AI about it. That's the real question that clients ask us. Well, we do all the enablement, we talk about a lot of transformation and outcomes. They really want to know, are you just calling it AI, but behind the scenes you're just doing automation.
Right.
So it's, for us to really say it is AI, it means that what we are building, it can think, learn and act by itself. You don't need an additional human intervention. That's a piece which is very difficult to articulate and convince clients. saying that this is AI, this is not just automation.
Whereas
Right.
automation might be a single purpose robot just turning a screw
Yeah.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Reasoning is the biggest thing, right?
Doesn't really need intelligence.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
then-
it needs some phone home when something's going to break, but that's not what you're
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
with
yeah.
intelligence.
Well, and you brought up a good point that you have to convince the customer that this is actually an added layer of benefit.
Yeah.
How about for those workers then who are then interacting in that environment? I mean, I know we're all positive on AI in this room probably, but I'm curious because you get to have these conversations.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. I'm not sure if you know about this. I'm alumni of Boston University, and in last year I
Good
went-
hockey team.
Yeah.
They're Frozen 4 this week.
Literally just thinking that. Yeah.
I'm a Patriots fan as well.
All right, we love you even more.
Yeah, and I'm
Speaking Dave's language here.
yeah, and a Tom Brady fan as well, right? So I was here in New England when Tom Brady was in his peak, right? So coming back to this, it's an interesting book I read, right? The book is called Why Only Us, right? And what it tells us that as we move, only humans can talk, humans can interact, other human beings cannot. Towards the future, if you move, it's important for humans to understand how AI thinks. So the biggest transformation I see with the people who work with AI is they're not being told about AI, they've been told how AI works and how you tune your thinking to AI. That is called explainability, right? And this explainability itself is going to get complex, and in the future, there are going to be new roles where humans will understand AI, rather than AI understanding humans. There's going to be a 180-degree shift of the job. The jobs will remain, but the humans who receive it, right? They should have a completely different mindset of understanding how this is how AI works, and I have to tune myself to AI, right? So it's a very interesting phase that we are in. It is not there yet, but in 5 years from now, when AI is fully mature, you will be forced to learn, I'll be forced to learn how AI thinks. That's a different perspective to the job itself.
Yeah, and AI can automate most of the tasks, but if you lose a baggage, right, you still need an actual human being.
Yeah, to
Phones,
deliver the
right?
bag.
Yeah.
So, I want to ask you, we had a guest on earlier, and I'm curious, as a company who understands the software development world, software development life cycle, the earlier guest said, it used to be hierarchical, remember this interview? And then
Yeah.
we went to a diamond where it was like 2 pizza teams, and then now in the future we're going to have agents. What does that do to the software development life cycle in that map? Does it flatten the structure? How do you see the future of software development?
See, I won't, DG can add more as well, but I would just say from my standpoint what I think about it. I don't think it's going to fully flatten out, right? In the, just maybe 5-6 years back, we used to have this, multi-platform professionals, people who can work across multiple platforms, right? I think that's going to come in a different form and shape with AI coming in. So while the structure may not be flattened out, the roles may get redefined, right? So you may have a role called an agentic expert, you may have a human in the loop expert, you may have a coder who enables AI, all of them reporting into a pod lead, or a product-oriented delivery lead, who can talk across these, right? So I think that...
And that's a human?
That'll be a human, yeah, because
Okay.
at the end of the day, clients want a human to be responsible for AI actions. It's a very funny thing. So maybe I'm digressing and talk about it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
We had an opportunity where one of our clients said, I have millions of YouTube videos. Can I use those, can you use those YouTube videos to build an AI solution that can perform simple surgery, right, without humans, right? We thought a lot about it and said that no, because at the end of the day, if the AI malfunctions, there is still a human that is accountable for it, and we don't want to be accountable even for a simple surgery to go wrong. So back to my point, I think the structure will, I don't think it will be very hierarchical like what it is today. If you have a 7-layer hierarchy, you may still have 3 or 4-layer hierarchy, but the roles will change and the way of building and delivering will change, right? And the change will happen progressively that you will not even see that, right? It's not going to be a dramatic overnight change that the hierarchy falls down. you still need to have the scale to deliver across multiple lines of businesses, which is where our conversation potentially around agentic can become interesting. When you go to the agentic topic, I'll bring this topic again.
I think, just to add to it, I think it'll eventually collapse,
I don't
right?
think so.
But we are not there yet, right? So, we are empowering the users to become more developers, everything, right? So I think those
I'm with
hierarchy, those
I agree with
structures will essentially collapse, right? And could become a more
I don't think so.
structure.
I think it's going to be really interesting. I do think we'll have a rise of a new cohort of creators, if you will, but I'm not 100% sure that we eliminate hierarchy, though I'm here for the socialistic approach to technology. I'm not even sure where I'm going with this at this point.
I'm really going to jump the gun on this topic because in the future, it's going to be a lot of agentic operations coming into AI.
Yeah.
There'll be multiple businesses, multiple agents running. There'll be a super agent and there'll be sub-agents running. Those sub-agents will be having teams, which is a hierarchy.
Yeah.
There's a super agent hierarchy,
Exactly.
sub-agents and people below them. So that's why I'm saying the
Someone
hierarchy
has to roll up to someone.
Yeah, the hierarchy
something.
will morph and change in a different way, but still I think there's a command and control you need in an organization, you still need a hierarchy.
Where it gets interesting is what I heard from both of you, I think, you agree that it gets somewhat democratized, where, for instance, a data engineer can become a much more powerful, can become a quasi-developer, if you will, and then, but that individual has to report up to somebody.
Everyone, I mean, the idea is the water level rises with everybody, right? Like, so I think we kind of end up pushing the little boat or raft of everyone.
But I could see shadow development.
I mean, it's going to be cool to watch and see what
Wild West.
See what happens next. You know, Sri, I want to bring up something that you brought up earlier. Well, before we were live, you mentioned your family and talking to your family. You've got kids at home?
Yeah, they're all in college. Yeah.
Oh, nice. You want to say hi to them? You can say hi to that camera right over there.
They'll be sleeping in India.
Yeah. Also to your family. What's up, everybody? What do you hope that AI does for your family or your community? I would love to hear from both of you.
I mean, that's a question that I keep asking all the time as well. I think if you want to say three things, right, that it does to my family. First and foremost is, one of my child has special needs, right? It really has helped him to learn languages in a much better way than ever before, right? And it has given him to create new emojis, new tools by himself. But what I see in Google, people with disabilities can use AI and they can do a lot of things others cannot do. He cannot speak as fluent as we can, but AI can help him to translate what he speaks to normal people into others as well. So I see tremendous potential for people to become more inclusive with AI in the future. So I'm super positive about it. That's first thing.
I think three things: environment, health, and wellness. Those are three things that I would call out. If AI can do it better for my family, for everybody else, for my friends, that's what I want AI to do.
DG, well said. I think that, those are all the things that affect our life, particularly out of work as well, which is important. And I think, we focus on tech and our jobs. The ripple effect here is going to be huge. I love that you brought up customized learning. We actually, one of the things I'm most passionate about that we cover here is accessibility and inclusion. And we just did a feature last week with the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Working Group at KubeCon, and we're here in Kubernetes land, where we were using different tech to help translate for him and make sure that everyone was on the same speed. And it truly changes the game when you bring everyone to the table and everyone can be a part of the conversation. And I'm touched that you brought that up.
And second thing is creativity. You can create things on your own up as well with AI, and you get a lot of confidence that you can do newer things as well with AI. So I'm pretty positive about it. And I think the kids are also, when they're growing up, they look at beyond technology. My son doesn't want to be a coder, right? Because he has seen what I do with coder, but there's a lot of role for him to play, because the role I spoke about, bringing people together, being more social, that's sort of the role that they are looking forward to as well. But as DG said, they're very environmentally conscious. So to what extent AI can play in the environmental area is going to be an interesting area to watch as well.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Okay, final question for you, gentlemen, before we wrap this up. Would love for both of you to answer this. When we're at Google Cloud Next 2026, when we're here next year, what do you hope to be able to say then that you can't yet say today?
I'll say only one thing. What is that you said last year? Gen AI? What is that you said this year? Agentic AI? Next year you're going to see AGI, or Artificial General
Whoa.
Intelligence.
Whoa, first
Okay.
mention of AGI on the show today, folks. Love it.
So you're going to forget Gen AI, you're going to forget agentic, you're going to say AGI, and there's going to be a Google agent standing and welcoming people. You're not going to have manual scanning of these IDs. So we are going to have a completely different experience next year. I'm looking forward to it.
That's more
Easy.
aggressive than Ray
I think-
Kurzweil.
Interesting. Love
You
that.
hit the nail on the head. But I do want to let you know that we are the launch partner for Agent Space.
Yes.
for Google
Very
Cloud.
exciting.
Very exciting. We have already
Congratulations
built more
again.
than 50 agents that are available on the Google Marketplace, and we are expected to build another 150 for a total of 200 by the end of June. So we are very excited, and they will be all available on Marketplace. So we're very excited on this journey with Google Cloud. So thank you for having us here, and hope we
Welcome.
can make a difference to our customers by leveraging AI effectively.
Thank you
Thank
for,
you.
again, great questions, and it was lovely talking to you.
It was a
You
true
have to read the
joy.
book.
Yeah.
Why only us by MIT University?
We're going to have to start a book club. All of our great guests, your great ideas. Well, yeah, you heard it here first, folks. The Cube Book
Why
Club
only us?
coming to a show floor near you.
Okay.
All right, DG and Sri, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Genuinely appreciate it, gentlemen. This was very insightful.
Thank you for having
Dave,
us.
Great
always a
talking to you
pleasure.
guys. Thank you.
And thank all of you for tuning in. We're here in Las Vegas, Nevada at Google Cloud Next. My name's Savannah Peterson. You're watching theCUBE, the leading source for enterprise tech news.